How's it going, everybody? Savvy Searches here, and this being my first video, I figured I was going to start by going over what exactly I plan on doing here. So, my plan was for every week I'm going to be doing a recap video of what I find over the week. I work at a gas station that happens to come through in my till alone, I would say a few $1,000s in coins and bills. And what that means is that I tend to go through quite a bit of cash throughout the day, and some of it is actually pretty good. Happen to find a few Wheaties every now and then, a few nickels, quite a few star notes as well, and some interesting serial numbers. So throughout the end of the week, I'll just kind of go through those and do a little recap on what I found throughout the week. If I find something really interesting, then I might do a separate video on that alone in the middle of the week. On top of this, I also plan on doing box hunts with, probably just starting with pennies for now. I might move on to nickels and dimes. I also happen to have a coin shop nearby, so I might be getting some wheat cent rolls from them. Maybe doing a few eBay purchases as well. We'll just see how it goes. But for now, that's just kind of my plan for this channel. I figured for my first video, I was just going to go through the, I would say, small collection that I currently have. So anyways, let's kick it off right here with the coins. The obvious one that I'm going to start with is going to be my Walking Liberty. It is only a 1992, but a Walking Liberty nonetheless. A little bit of dirt, but I think it adds a little bit more character. The front is still rather nice. The back is still pretty nice. It's not really worn in any way. It's kind of been sitting in a bag for the past few years, but overall, it's a pretty nice coin. Up next, I'm going to go ahead and go on to my quarters, as I don't have all that many. We've got a 1941 silver quarter. This one's pretty beat up, and it's probably not worth much more than its silver content. You could barely read the words on the back. Pretty much all the feathers are gone. Yeah, not really any detail left on this guy. But silver nonetheless. Our next one is going to be something that I found rather recently, is going to be a proof bicentennial quarter. I know from this angle it's probably not all that helpful, but you can definitely see it struck a lot crisper than most other coins. It's also got a, I would still say, more or less intact shine to it. It is a little worn. I found it in circulation, but I think I found it early on. The back is still amazing. It looks like it was pulled out recently. Pulled this guy out maybe a week and a half ago, 2 weeks. I think at this point, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my dimes. I've only got 4 of them. The first one's going to be a 1963 P. So I think this is the better of the 4 that I have. It's not anything amazing, but it's still silver. We've also got a 1957 P. This one's a little bit more beat up. This one's going to be a 1960 Denver. It's got a little bit of gunk around the edges. Right there you can see the Denver mint mark. Again, a little beat up, but it's still silver. And then a 1964 Denver as well. This one's probably better than the past one. You can see the mint mark right there. So that's going to be it for dimes. Let's move on to half dollars. First up, I've got my 1969 Denver half dollar, 40%. That's in okay condition. Definitely better than the other one, but that's pretty nice, I'd say. The backside's got a little bit of a scratch on it, but outside of that, it's alright. My other one's going to be a 1966 Philly. The backside's probably better off on this one, but again, 40%, not too shabby. Let's move on to our nickels. I'm definitely going to be starting off with the better of my nickels, this one being a 1942 silver San Francisco war nickel. A little worn, but it's alright. This time we've got a 1943 San Francisco war nickel. This one's a little bit more beat up. It's got a scratch around the edges right there. But all in all, Still silver. Now we'll move on to my other nickels. I don't think any of them are silver, but definitely still worth giving a look at. We got a 1953 Denver, a little beat up. We've got a 1939 Philly. This one's pretty worn. It's almost kind of worn flat. Can still read the letters just fine, but the face is pretty much missing all of its detail. I picked up this one because it's got a little bit of a rust patina to it. 1979 Philly. This one's not as badly worn. You can still tell there's a little bit of detail in the monument in the back, but I picked it up because of its patina. It's a rather interesting one. We've got a 1948 Philly, again a little worn, and a 1957 Denver. This one's not as badly worn. You can still tell there's a little bit of detail, but all in all, that's going to be all my nickels. Let's move on to our pennies. Again, starting off with the best of the best, we've got a 1919 Philly wheat. This one's a little worn, but still a 1919. It's going to be my oldest wheat penny. We've got a 1954 S. Got a little bit of a bubble on the edge, but that's alright. Got a 1946 S. A 1945 Philly. A little bit of a worn 1944 S. Another 1944 Philly. Got a 1958 Denver mint. 1957 Denver. 1957 Philly. Another 1958 Denver, and a 1956 Denver. Alright, that's all of my pennies filled. Let's move on to the notes. Again, starting off with the best of the best, I've got my 1957A Star Note Silver Certificate. Not in the best of condition. It's got quite a few crease marks in it. 3 going up, 1 going across. The back still looks okay, but definitely the oldest Star Note that I've got. As an overall evaluation, we're going to have 10 2013 Star Notes, a 2001 Star Note, and my 1957 Silver Certificate Star Note. This is just in ones. We've got quite a few more to go. On top of those $1 Star Notes, we've got a few others in the dollar denomination that might be worth giving a look. We've got a trinary consisting of 0s, 9s, and 6. Rather interesting. It's got the 2 zeros on either end, making it a bookend as well, with just the 966 in the middle. We've also got a triple repeater, 18, 64, 64, 64. Both of them are going to be of the 2017 series. I figured they were worth picking up. Let's move on to the next few. I've also got a 1976 $2 bill. Nothing really fancy about the serial number, but figured it was worth giving a look. I have also got 3 $5 Star Notes. All of them are going to be of the 2013 series. None of them are really all that good looking. There's a few creases here and there, some folds. These two down here are going to be part of a 3.2 million print run, while this one up here is only part of a 340,000 print run. So that one's pretty nice. Let's see what else we've got. I've also got a few other interesting notes in the $5 denomination. We've got 2 more trinaries. This one up here consisting of 6 9s and 3s. I was excited when I got this one because it is so close to being a radar. Had the 6 or the 9 on either end been swapped, that would have been a radar trinary as well. So that one was a pretty nice find. We've got another trinary consisting of 4s, 8s, and 1s. This one's also got 6 4s in it. Had the 1 or the 8 been just either 8s or 1s, it would have been a binary as well, but you make do what you can. We've also got a broken ladder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then it jumps to 9. All of these are going to be part of the 2013 series. Again, a few creases, a few folds. What can you do? And then lastly, we've got a rather worn out $10 bill. This one's just going to be a mixed ladder, as it goes from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. No breaks, no repeats. It's a pretty nice serial number. The bill overall is not in the best of shape. I'll still hold on to it though. Well, alright. That's going to be my collection recap. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will try and upload on either Saturday or Sunday those weekly recap videos of what I found. We'll see how quickly here we could get our first box hunt video done. I'll still have to try and figure out which bank to get them from. Hopefully pretty soon after we'll be able to get one from multiple banks and just kind of compare them from one to the next. Alright, well I guess I will see you guys around. Bye.